Okay, so let's take a look at a not so advantageous team. And by that, I mean really atrocious. I pulled this team from Ranbats and I evolved them. So we have Rapidash, Machamp, Marowak, Dugong, Vileplume, and Kangaskhan. I mean, right off the bat, this is horrible. I don't have a single psychic Pokemon. I'm gonna have a bad time. Dugong and Kangaskhan are my two good Pokemon. They're going to be my core. I'm going to try to kite them for the end, toward the end at least. Rapidash, I chose for my lead just because I don't have anything better. So with Rapidash, I am praying for a crumb of paralysis on something. Or if I'm lucky, they'll have a sleep lead like Gengar or Jinx. So for Rapidash, I have Agility, Fire Spin, Fire Blast, and Body Slam. And the big two leads in OU are Alakazam and Starmie. However, I find that most Starmies don't run Surf, so I'm chancing that. And I want to try to pop off just one paralysis on one of those two Pokemon if I can. And Rapidash has a decently high crit rate, so I'm going to try to roll with it. I also have Agility, Fire Spin if I need it. And yeah, that's really the best I can do. None of these Pokemon really have much staying power aside from Dugong. Or Marowak if you save him for the end and your opponent has a Jolteon or a Zapdos. Alright, so let's get into this match. Right, boom. Alakazam right off the bat. He uses Toxic. I don't know why he would do that. Body Slam, get the paralysis. Thank God. Rhydon, Body Slam again. What do I do? I go Machamp. Why? Why did I go Machamp? So my options were... I could have gone Marowak. Could have gone Dugong. But Dugong's weak to Rock. And I want to hide Marowak in case he has an Electric. So I went Machamp to Earthquake the Rhydon, or I could have Earthquaked the Alakazam again if he was going to do something stupid, but I forced him to show something else, so he shows his Gengar. So I think I'm going to go back to, right back to Rapidash. I want to block that sleep. He uses Psychic because he's smart. I get dropped. I stay in because I don't have any mobility. Thank God I get a nice fat crit on that Gengar. Put Machamp back in. He blows up on Machamp instead of using Psychic, but he probably was afraid of the Earthquake, so that sucks that Machamp got one-shotted. He uses Toxic on Marowak. I don't know why. And why did I put in Marowak here? Why did I put in Marowak? Okay, let's pretend I can't see the Executor for a second. I put in Marowak because I had good matchups against Rhydon and Alakazam. I can't get Thunder Wave by Alakazam. So I went ahead and threw in Marowak. And Marowak is a below PU Pokemon. He's probably the worst ground type in the entire game. He's not a very good Pokemon, and I didn't want to put in something else that was good. Like I still want to hide my Kangaskhan. I still want to hide my Dugong. And I don't think Dugong could have done too hot against Alakazam. So I said, screw it, I'm going to put in the Marowak. I think one of the only reasons I won this match is because he's using moves like Toxic for God knows why. Okay, so he does Psychic. I just go ahead and stick with the Blizzard. I get a nice fat crit, luckily. And I just keep it in because he's already Toxic and he can't be slept. So that buys me a little more time. Then I have a different status effect. I'm just going to buy time against the Executor because I don't want something else to go to sleep. I put in Dugong next, and he puts in Alakazam because I guess he thinks he can ride out the Dugong because of his big fat special. So what do? I say, I'm going to miss my Blizzard. That's great. But he gets paralyzed. He gets stuck again. This is just great for me. I do another Blizzard, And I'm staying in a lot because I have no flexibility. None. No mobility whatsoever. There's nothing I can switch into. Switching is a disadvantage for me. So I just have to accept that I have a really bad hand, and I have to play it the best I can. And I learned that from Ranbats, but I can apply it. I figured out how to apply it in OU as well. So thank God this Alakazam gets paralyzed a whole bunch. But even if you didn't, I probably would have just stayed in and spammed Blizzard and just see how it ended. Hopefully it ended with the Alakazam on lower health so I could finish him off. But I miss it again. I think he's going to heal. He doesn't. He gets paralyzed 3 times in a row. It's just fantastic. All right, so I finish him off. He goes Slowbro. I go Vileplume. I didn't think he was going to paralyze my Dugong with Thunder Wave. Because I think he thought I was going to switch, and he was right. But unfortunately for him, I switch into Vileplume, and he's like, oh, he wants to put me to sleep. But I know he has this weak-ass Executor, so I see that, obviously, and he's going to be like, oh, well, sleep my Executor. And no, I'm not going to sleep your Executor. I'm going to kill it. And then what are you going to do now? Throw Slowbro back in. So I think he wants me to sleep his Rhydon, but I do have Mega Drain, and I'm faster. So it's like, well, that's fine. That's fine with me. Go ahead and switch. I'm just going to do Mega Drain anyway. And I get a nice fat crit again on his Slowbro. He does Amnesia. I think he's going to stay in, so I do Sleep Powder because I thought right. Now that's asleep. I'm going to do Mega Drain again. Okay, here's a tough one. Snorlax is a really good Pokemon, so... And I have Kangaskhan left. So Snorlax is hard to kill. I have Sleep Powder, Stun Spore, Mega Drain, and Body Slam on this Vileplume. I don't want to paralyze this Snorlax yet. I have a different plan. I could paralyze the Snorlax and try to kill it off with Kangaskhan and try to just kite it with Mega Drain for a little bit. But he can always rest off his paralysis. And I always risk not being able to kill it fast enough. So this Dugong I have is a very special Dugong. Very odd moveset, but you're going to hear it. So it's a Growl Dugong. I have Growl, Rest, Blizzard, and Body Slam on this Dugong. And this Dugong is meant to deal with physical threats. So I say, okay, we have a Snorlax. Before I paralyze it and make a final gambit on whether I can kill it in time, I'm going to go Dugong and maybe try to get off a freeze, right? And if I don't get off the freeze, I'm going to growl it and sleep in its face, hoping that he switches out. Because I'm pretty sure I can weather the Snorlax if I get off a growl, and then I could win the stall war because Growl has like a bajillion PP. So what kind of Snorlax is this? It's an Amnesialax. That's fine. I'm going to do Blizzard anyway because I'm fishing for a freeze. And if I run out of Blizzard, I'm going to stall him back. He thinks he can stall me. Too bad. I'm going to stall him too. I stay in too because Snorlaxes who run Amnesia almost rarely run Thunderbolt or Thunder. Because most people want to freeze an opponent's Snorlax, or they want an advantage against the opponent's Snorlax, and they're going to use Blizzard because it's stronger and it can freeze. So I think he has Blizzard. I think he is just buying time because he's like, uh-oh, a Dugong. I can't use my Blizzard against the Dugong. I can't freeze the Dugong. I can't kill the Dugong either. So he uses Harden, which is weird. I guess this person, C47, oh yeah, I kill it. Luckily, I get a nice, delicious crit from my last Blizzard. Yeah, so this person plays kind of rookie-like. Using Toxic for no reason and using Harden instead of Reflect. I guess he wants to try to like max out his Snorlax. But I get the crit, so I don't need to go into a stall war with it. And I'm guessing it has Rest, so its last move probably wouldn't have done anything against me anyway. So it goes down, he forfeits, and that's that. So what's the rest of the match look like? Sleeping Slowbro, right? 45%. Could finish it off. I could finish the match with Vileplume, with Mega Drain. All right. Oh, use any team you want. I didn't see that, but I probably would have won again. Anyway, there's the match. That's how I was able to leverage a a dog poop ass team to beat a pretty standard sample team. Granted, my opponent, made some mistakes. And I think if you're running random teams, you can only probably get to the 1300s before you start to get irreparably destroyed because the people are just too smart. Then you need to start, start putting some method to your madness like the last team I showed you. There was a bit of a method to that team, and that team kind of had good coverage for its own weaknesses. This one is completely random, and I think I lost twice before getting this footage. So, yeah, man, there you go.